My name's Kieran Dodds. I'm a professional photographer based in Glasgow in Scotland. You don't have to be a professional to take really good images. And I'm going to show you how you in your backyard can take brilliant pictures with the EOS 400D. We're off to the first location. It's before sunrise. I'm going to meet a couple of fly fishermen and hopefully get some really great pictures of them. So arrived at beautiful Loch Lubnig. Snow's just coating the hills. It's looking beautiful. So I've got a 1785 lens, which will give me the wide angle for the whole landscape. It'll also let me zoom in and focus in on the fly fishing action. Just trying to get the sports. Just trying to get the action again. Quite like this picture so far, but like photography, just waiting for the light to change, waiting for the right moment. And hopefully the light's gonna improve and give us something really special. So I'm just gonna hold on and wait. The lights come out beautifully now. So we've got the snow, the whole mountain's coming out. So we're just hoping the light will come down even further, because it's quite a contrast between the bright snow and the water, which the camera's able to cope with, but it'll be even nicer with the sunlight. And the light's just improved dramatically now, so it's worth waiting. Yeah. You could use a polarizing filter to try and take reflections off the water, but today, I mean, a blue sky with snow in the mountains reflecting the water is just beautiful. So the water surface is a nice blue, so I don't really want to do that. So just at the end, when the fishermen had left, I just stayed and watched the light in the mountain. And then I noticed a puddle on the shore, and it created this perfect reflection which I took. And as often is the case, you get the best frame right at the end. I got into photography going out on walks with my parents and my friends out in the mountains just around here. In fact, over there, I almost lost my life when I ran after a toy when I was about 5 years old. And I almost fell off a cliff to my mother's screams. So I've got fond memories of this part of town, this part of the world. Good to see you. Just got up to Glenfinglas and going to take some photographs of Basil, the peregrine falcon. I'm just going to go right up the hill. I'm going to put on a long lens and just stand back and watch the lure get spun as Basil tries to grab it at high speed. I'm going to use the 3 frames a second so we can try and capture that action, hopefully. Luckily I can just start it up really quickly. It's just 0.2 of a second, so you can be ready to go immediately. This is the images I just shot of the falcon on 3 frames a second. I got the full sequence of him moving with the prey. It was nice when the birds started to flap, and it's just a more interesting portrait. And use the ring flash. You can use it off camera. I mean, most people use it on the lens, but I'm gonna use it off camera just for a nice light on it. I'm gonna put it onto landscape mode so I get a lot of the environment behind it. I'm using the flash off camera, just gives a bit more depth to the picture. It sculpts it, a bit of side light. I'm gonna put on the portrait mode, which will make the background nice and out of focus. Making sure the eyes are sharp, and just when the sun came out, you can see it just there. With the light fading, I used the bright sky to silhouette the man with the bird, and I got this image, showing him throwing his hands up with the prey and the falcon actually inverting itself to capture it. To me, this captures the freedom and the wildness of these animals. I think my earliest memory actually was to become a journalist because I really enjoyed writing. And I did that in my student newspaper. But actually I found that I took more naturally to taking photographs. I also enjoy being a photographer because you don't have to stay in an office all day. Your car's your office and you can just travel wherever you want. Here we are at Portland Park in the town of Troon. Just going to photograph a couple of lads today in the Troon Football Club, just to focus in on their story. It's Jeffrey, Jordan and Jaden. There's a lot of J's there, bit of a tongue twister. We're just going to follow Jaden, who's a right forward, and just stand up near the goal and just try and focus on the action with him. There you go. I'm using autofocus, and on the sports mode in fact, just because it's intelligent and seems to know where to lock on. So I'm just trusting that. Because the kids are moving so fast and new guys coming in front of the lens all the time, so it's good to just trust the camera to find the right spot. The great thing about the 400D compared to the 350D is a larger screen, LCD, so you can zoom right up, so you can see everything. And the 10.1 megapixels means you can get a lot of detail even up close. Every blade of grass and every stud and scratch on their legs. It's a great cross. Oh. Make sure I can see, if you can't see me, I can't see you. So move to the side. Just going to do a group photograph now. We've got a nice background there, sort of nice weathered looking Troon FC painted on the wall. And I've got a fairly wide angle lens just to get the full group. 1, 2, 3! Yeah! We're just heading down the beach now, and we're going to see a couple of kite surfers there. Just met Sean and James on the beach here, two guys from Irvine, a town nearby, and the conditions are pretty good. They say it's going to pick up even more later. So just setting up their kites just now. I'm going to try and just document the whole thing, from the putting up of the kites to some, hopefully some really good stunts later on. The great thing as well about this camera is the sensor cleans itself. The Canon EOS integrated cleaning system means your images are always perfectly clean. Small dust particles get shaken off the sensor with each power on. Three frames a second allows you to get the whole sequence there of the stunt he's trying to pull off. I'm using the 70-300 lens with image stabilizing. In this strong wind, the picture's still sharp. It's not going to be ruined by shaking cameras. Nice light. I'm going to go up to the dunes now for two reasons. I'm going to sit up there. Firstly, because I'm freezing cold and it's sheltered. And secondly, because I might get a nice picture there. Here's a sequence of, I think it was James taking off. And it's nice there, he's just floating in mid-air. It looks like he's a trapeze artist flying through there with all these other guys. Okay, today we're off to a castle, to a ruin that I've been told about. Sounds quite an interesting place. It's about 9 in the morning. The weather's been pretty atrocious. Huge puddles on the road, the rivers are flooded. But the light's coming out in between the squalls, so it looks quite good. Looks a bit spooky in there. There's a big sign at the door saying it was dangerous. Sounds like it might be quite interesting to look at. Just take a time at the start just to sort of soak up what's here. There's so many possible pictures I'm seeing. So I just give myself a couple of minutes to calm down and think about what I could focus in on. Really nice textures in the rocks. Because it's not a flat surface, it makes it more interesting. It's nice. Interesting pattern. Overexposing slightly, so the skylight's coming down, shining into the darkness. I'm just going to take my flash out just now to try and see if I can use that to illuminate the darkest bits down below the dungeon. It's good to try changing the flash position, bouncing it off the roof. I'm using black and white because of all the textures, and also the mood of the place just seems very, well, something of the past. So I was shooting on picture style, which is a series of settings specially designed to let you get the best out of your picture, including the monochrome setting, or black and white. Had a successful day shooting the ruins, and I'm just going to a small inn that I know on the way back. So here we are, we've arrived at the Buyer Inn. I'm just going to take a long exposure shot outside to try and capture the sort of the mood and the warmth of the inn against the coolness of the night sky. And one trick I like to use is using a self-timer, where you actually put the self-timer on, take the picture and walk away, and that prevents you shaking the camera when you press it. I brought a couple of low-light lenses to use in here, and also a wide-angle zoom, because there's small space and I want to get in nice and close. Pictures of the band worked out really nicely. As the guy was singing, you know, he was very relaxed and unaware of my presence, so he could go in really close again. I think that's a wrap for the day, so I think I'm going to go back to Glasgow and just have a good rest.